everybody, today's our topic is juxtaglomerular apparatus, but before that we are going to study the difference between juxtamedullary nephron and cortical nephron. Based on the situation, cortical nephron is present in the outer cortex near periphery, whereas juxtamedullary is present in the inner cortex near medulla. So see here, cortical nephron is present in the outer cortex near periphery. Juxtamedullary is present in the inner cortex near medulla. Then second difference is loop of Henle. So loop of Henle is short for the cortical nephron, whereas long for the juxtamedullary nephron. See, loop of Henle is short for the cortical nephron and long for the juxtamedullary nephron. And then third difference is based on the blood supply to the tubules. So peritubular capillaries are present in the cortical nephron, whereas vasa recta is present in the juxtamedullary nephron. Then function of cortical nephron is urine formation, whereas main function of juxtamedullary nephron is urine concentration, and it also does formation. Now this is a diagram of juxtaglomerular apparatus. Now what is juxta? So our topic is juxtaglomerular apparatus. Juxta means near and juxtaglomerular means near glomerulus. So definition is juxtaglomerular apparatus is a specialized organ situated near the glomerulus of each nephron. So it is formed of three structures. First is macula densa. Second is extraglomerular mesangial cell, and third is juxtaglomerular cell. This macula densa is the terminal portion of thick ascending loop of Henle which runs between the afferent arteriole and efferent arteriole. Okay, so it is made up of cuboidal epithelial cell and it secretes an hormone called thromboxane A2. Macula densa is also sensitive to sodium and chlorine concentration, due to which it sends signal for renin secretion. Now second is extraglomerular mesangial cell. Extraglomerular mesangial cells. These cells are present in a triangular region between the triangular region which is formed by the macula densa, afferent arteriole and efferent arteriole. These cells are also called as Lesch's cells and angular cell. Now juxtaglomerular cells. Juxtaglomerular cells are made up of specialized smooth muscle cells which are situated in a wall of afferent arteriole and just before it enters the Bowman's capsule. So juxtaglomerular cells are the specialized smooth muscle cells situated in the wall of the afferent arteriole just before it enters the Bowman's capsule. This part of afferent arteriole is thickened like a cuff, therefore it is also called as polar cushion or polliciscence. Now we are going to study the function of juxtaglomerular apparatus. There are total three functions of juxtaglomerular apparatus. First function is renin secretion. Second function is secretion of other substance that includes thromboxane and prostaglandin. In this, thromboxane is secreted by macula densa and prostaglandin by extraglomerular mesangial cell. And third is regulation of GFR and glomerular blood flow. Then first function, renin secretion. What happens when renin is secreted by the juxtaglomerular apparatus? When renin is secreted in a blood, then angiotensinogen is converted into angiotensin 1 and angiotensin 1 is inactive. Therefore, ACE is secreted by the lungs and angiotensin 1 is converted into angiotensin 2. Now this angiotensin 2 is converted into angiotensin 3 by angiotensinogenase enzyme by RBC. Now angiotensin 3 is converted into angiotensin 4. So angiotensin 2, 3 and 4 are active and they affects the various parts of our body. For example, the angiotensin 2 stimulates the hypothalamus and increase the secretion of ADH, which leads to increase in reabsorption of water, and due to this blood volume increases and BP increases. Now angiotensin 2 also stimulates the thirst center, due to which water intake increases, and then blood volume increases and BP increases. And then it also stimulates juxtaglomerular cells of adrenal cortex, which secretes aldosterone, due to which there is increased sodium reabsorption, and with increased sodium reabsorption there is increased water reabsorption, and then as water reabsorption increases, blood volume increases and blood pressure increases. Then angiotensin 2 also causes vasoconstriction of arteries and inhibits baroreceptor reflex, due to which there is direct effect on a BP and blood pressure increases. As we see that in all the process, finally blood pressure increases, and blood pressure is responsible for the regulation of glomerular filtrate rate.